It's your boy EQ, and today we're going to be talking movies and mental illness. Let's roll the intro and we'll get into it. Alright, welcome back. One of the greatest things about San Diego Comic-Con is that they release these trailers for upcoming movies. Shazam, Aquaman, and Glass. Okay, those are the three that like pop off the top of my head. Oh, the new Godzilla movie as well. A friend of mine posted on her Facebook page about how excited she is to see Glass, right? And I don't know about you, but I'm super excited to see Glass. The actual content of this freaking video, come on, idiot, get on track here. I'm talking about the movie Glass as it pertains to the trilogy done by M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, if you guys don't know this, he started out with Unbreakable back in 2000, and then he did Split, like, what, last year or earlier this year? I can't remember exactly when it came out recently. And I think it was earlier this year. Maybe it was, I don't know. Anyways, future me, find out and put that date right here. Boop, there it is. Okay, so now you have the trailer for Glass, which is tying it all in, because what a lot of people did not realize is that Split is in the same universe as Unbreakable. The new trailer was just amazing. Okay, if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. I'll put it up here just specifically so you can watch that trailer alone. But the reason I like these movies is because they are like so tied into reality, right? Like they make you believe it is wholly possible this can happen to another human being that you know, that you don't know. Like if you feel like it could really legitimately happen. Osteoporosis imperfecta, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm struggling with it right now. Anyways, Samuel L. Jackson's character, Mr. Glass, that's the disease that he has, his character has. Basically, he's looking for his counterpart, and he comes across David Dunn. Unbeknownst to himself, it is being shown that not only can he basically not die, but that he has this tactile telekinesis, telepathy, tactile telepathy. Basically, when he touches people, he sees the bad stuff that they've done. And then at the very end of the movie, you find out that Mr. Glass is actually the villain of the story, and he's meant to be. Like, he's like so excited because he's now found the superhero to his supervillain. This plays into reality because not only is the disease that Mr. Glass has, it's real. It's a real life condition that people around the world have. It's a rare condition. People do have it. It's not impossible that people are super geniuses. You know, Einstein, Tesla, Stephen Hawking, you know, all these people, including, if you guys did not know this, there's lots of actors out there that have a super genius IQ, right? Dolph Lundgren is one of them. He's the only one I can think of off the top of my head right now. But not only are they super geniuses, but you got, you know, actors and actresses that have multiple master's degrees, PhDs, things like that. Natalie Portman is up there. She has that. Mayim Bialik, I can never pronounce your name right. I'm sorry. Mayim Bialik. Yeah. Sorry, I apologize wholeheartedly. I hope you never see this video because I butchered your name horribly. I'm sorry. So there's tons of proof out there that there's like super intelligent people beyond what the average intelligence is, right? And so then you go over to David Dunn, Bruce Willis's character, and then you're like, well, that's where you're wrong. There's been instances, right? There's a flashback scene in Unbreakable where he remembers him and his girlfriend, his high school sweetheart, who he married and had a kid with, they got in a car accident. He was not injured, and he was able to rip the car door off of the car to save his wife's life. His name is Audrey, to save Audrey's life. And there has been stories out there where they talk about, like, you know, people who get in a car accident or something happens to a loved one or someone that they really, really care about, and all of a sudden they just get this strength about them, and they're able to lift you know, beams of concrete or cars and things like that off of, you know, their loved ones, or, you know, save someone else's life.
His whole body was stuck sideways. His ribs were under here.
So Archuleta put his best foot forward.
I just grabbed the car and just lifted it up. I mean, the adrenaline was pumping so much. Tires came off at least a good 10 inches off the ground.
And so there's like adrenaline pumping through your body. I don't know if you've ever experienced adrenaline, like a full adrenaline rush, but that adrenaline pumping through your body gives you some extra oomph, you know? So it is possible that David Dunn has, I don't know, something, a mutation in his adrenal glands or whatever that keeps him in that state, maybe, possibly, I don't know. And then, of course, what about the telepathy, the whole tactile telepathy? There's no way. You can't just touch somebody and read their mind, EQ. That's just not real. But yet, think about it for a second. We've all had those moments of gut intuition, right? Where you walk into a room and you just feel like something bad's about to happen. Or maybe you're not even anywhere near it, and you're just, you know, you call somebody up, you know, or you had a dream, or in this case, you touched somebody, came in contact with somebody, and you immediately got those like heebie-jeebies. You just couldn't figure it out. You don't know why. And the next thing you know, you find out that this person, you know, committed a crime or something like that. Those things have happened. People have experienced that. I have to believe, and I feel like I can say I know that a lot of you that are watching this video right now have had those moments, that gut intuition that you can't explain how you know, that you just knew. Now, if we move on to Split, we're talking about the beast, right? Now, if you guys know anything about MPD or DID, multiple personality disorder / dissociative identity disorder, basically that's a person that is housing multiple personalities. It's really, you know, that's, I mean, multiple personality disorder, that's what it comes down to. It looks like my battery's getting super low. You're getting sleepy, big guy?
Hey, big guy. It's getting real low.
Okay, hopefully that's in focus. Multiple personalities, and one of those personalities is called the beast. That mental disorder, right, has been proven that somebody who is right-hand dominant, right, in their primary personality, right, the one that they're, you know, basically born with, and then something happens and it triggers, because the brain is so complex. There's been studies about people who go through trauma. The brain reacts differently to trauma, right? It reacts the same way that, like, the body, when you get cut, the body clots to stop the bleeding, like to save you. But the brain does the same thing when it comes to trauma. There's been cases of people going through, like, witnessing the murder of a loved one, and then all of a sudden they're blind. Also, studies have shown that, you know, once that person can work through the trauma of the situation, and the brain feels that it's safe, all of a sudden they can see again. Most people, either right hand or left hand dominant. Not a lot of people in this world can be ambidextrous. That means, you know, both hands, so they can, like, true ambidextrous, you know, basically you can write with your left hand the same as you can write with your right hand. In these case studies, someone who switches to a different personality, primary personality is right-handed, switch to a secondary personality, this person has never learned how to write or do anything like that. They've ran tests, like when the primary personality is present, they say, you know, write something with your left hand, and they're like concentrating, they're trying to concentrate, they can't do it, and then bam, switch happens to secondary personality. Secondary personality is like, okay, write something with the right hand, they can't do it with the right hand, but give, you know, writing something on left hand, and then bam, writing cursive, like paragraphs, like, I don't understand why you asked me to do this. This is the hand that I write with. And a lot of the times, most of the personalities are not aware that the other personalities exist. And there's some extreme cases, right, that the primary personality does not know that the other personalities exist. Like, they don't know that they have multiple personality disorder. And I believe there's a movie called Frailty. I think it might be Frailty. John Cusack movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or future me, correct me if I'm wrong. Put it up here. Or here, I don't care where you put it. No, over the other side. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. There you go. So there's the movie, and the main character, you're following the main character, and he's trying to figure out this mystery, and come to find out that he's not even aware that he's actually a personality inside someone else. To wrap this all up, the Beast at the very end of Split, well, when the Beast shows up, you see different things. You see physical traits manifest themselves, right? And the psychiatrist even explains in there that it has been seen in people with multiple personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder, that they can change the structure of their body to basically represent the personality that is present. If you don't even believe that this is even possible, think about actors and actresses, right? Three prime examples of some of the best work that I've seen of people being able to manipulate facial features and things like that, and mannerisms, is Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man, and I had one other, it was right there on the top, Billy Bob Thornton in Sling Blade, Sean Penn in I Am Sam. So if you can choose to do just those little things when you're aware of it, imagine if the brain didn't have a regulation, if you didn't have control over parts of your brain, and your brain just took on like this AI role, this automatic role, what it would be capable of doing with multiple personalities. So in the movie, the Beast changes his cellular structure, and at the very end, he takes a shotgun blast to the chest. It's not like it doesn't do any damage. It does do damage. It physically hurts him, but it does not penetrate all the way through and does not kill him. Now, I know that's definitely a little far-fetched, right? But theoretically, I at least believe that it is possible for those changes to happen. If you look at some monks, Tibetan monks, Mongolian monks, there's this practice of going into this deep meditative state. I think it's called, from Mongolian monks, I think it's called Tukum. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. I apologize for that mispronunciation. There was a 200-year-old Mongolian monk that was found super well preserved. On closer examination, that not only was his hair still growing, nails were still growing, and basically everything was still super well preserved. And they did these tests, these forensic tests, and showed that the skin, his cells were still replicating. There was still oxygen inside of his body. The ability of the body to do things is amazing, amazing, amazing. So the idea that maybe possibly somebody could take a knife to part of their skin and not have it penetrate or break skin, you guys do your own research, okay? But all that being said, it sparked a wonderful conversation with my friend. Mental issues, not only one, people don't really talk about it, but two, getting to meet people that have mental issues is different from, because you'll hear people say, well, everybody has that. Everybody forgets stuff. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody has, multiple personalities from time to time. I've got one right now. I'm off of work and this is my, this is my drinking personality. This is my work personality. This is my gym personality. Okay, got it. There's different facets to your overall personality, but there's no distinct separation in personalities. There's just tons of stuff out there, tons of mental issues, and a lot of people are just I don't want to talk about it because people judge. You know what? Fuck those people, right? Because they are also mentally broken. They're just too stupid and too afraid to say, you know what? I have an issue. I need help. Mental issues exist in all facets of life. If you feel like something's just off, you're the only person in this world that can make that decision. You'll feel so much better understanding who you are, what's going on with you from your point of view, having the answer on the things that you don't have answers about is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Even if you don't believe that you have mental issues, other people do. And it's our job as a weird community, as weird human beings, to at least be sympathetic, empathetic, to be understanding. I'm telling you, there will be less conflict in this world, and more understanding will equal at least more happiness and more smiles for the most part. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up, smash it, whatever it is that you do, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button and also the bell to get notifications when I do post new videos. Anyways, thanks for watching. And as always, remember, be weird, be kind, and be human. Because if you bring a little weirdness into this world, kindness and humanity will follow. I promise.